Welcome to the world of Jainism. This is the third episode of Jain Itihaas, Book 1. In this video, we will begin with Prabhu's Keval Gyan. Prabhu, in his sadhana kal of 12.5 years, he did Chovyar Chhat for 11 years, 6 months and 15 days with Parna Ekashna 349 times. He did not consume water during his Parna. He had renounced his body and he tolerated all the upsargs with equanimity. One day, on Vaishak Sud Dasami, outside Jrambik Gram near Rijuvalika Nagri, Prabhu was sitting in Godohika Asan when the bondage of his 4 Ghati Karm broke and Prabhu, his thoughts progressed and attained Keval Gyan. This is when 64 Indras and several Devs and Devis came to Prabhu to celebrate his Keval Gyan Mahotsav and created the Samavasaran. Prabhu was given Deshna in Samavasaran, but since Devs are not capable of taking vows, that Deshna was fruitless. At that time, at night, he did Vihar 12 yojan away near Apapa city. We should note that Prabhu was Keval Gyan and his code of conduct was different from us. Looking at this, Sadhu and Sadhvi should not do Vihar at night. This is how Prabhu's Keval Gyan happened. Now we move on to the incident of Gautam Swami's arrival in the Samavasaran. In the Gobar village of Magad lived a Brahman of Gautam Gotra named Vasubhuti. With his wife Prithvi, he had 3 sons, Indrabhuti, Agnibhuti and Vayubhuti. Indrabhuti was the eldest of Gautam Gotra, hence he was known as Gautam. One day in Apapa city, a rich Brahmin named Saumil called his 3 brothers as they were experts in yagna, along with 8 other Brahmins to perform a yagna. While Indrabhuti was performing the yagna, he saw that many Devs were coming towards him. He mistook their presence, thinking that my yagna is so powerful that the Devs are coming here. But instead, the Devs were going towards Samavasaran to do Vandana to the Kevali Bhagwant. When he heard that someone said, Sarvagnya has come, we are going to do Vandana to him. Hearing the word Sarvagya, it hit him like a Vajra had attacked him. He thought, filled with arrogance, that just like the people of Marudesh who leave mangoes for inferior fruits, they are leaving me for that person. No one is braver than a lion. Why are they going there? But still, filled with curiosity, Gautam wanted to go there and smash the pride of Sarvagya in front of all the Devs and humans. He went with his 500 disciples towards the Samavasaran, and as soon as he entered, Prabhu said, O Indrabhuti Gautam, did you come here comfortably? Gautam wondered, how does he know my name? But again, filled with pride, he thought, who doesn't know my name? I am famous in this world. But he had one thing in his mind. If this person solves my doubt, I will accept that he is a Sarvagya. While Gautam was thinking of his question, Prabhu got to know. The question was, is there Jeev or not? Prabhu answered, Gautam, if there was no Jeev, who would be the character of Papa or Punya? Who would conduct Yagya or Dan? This way, Gautam's doubt was solved. His arrogance was shattered and he fell at the feet of Prabhu and said, just like a dwarf would measure a tall tree, I came to measure you. I am detached from Sansar and kindly give me Diksha. This is when Gautam took Diksha with his 500 disciples and became Prabhu's first Gandhar. Prabhu gave him the Upkaran of Dharma which was provided by Indra. Just like Indrabhuti, Agnibhuti along with 9 other people came and took Diksha from Prabhu as well. Now, the next topic we will learn about is Shasan Sthapna. After the Diksha of these 11 people, one day they were doing Pradakshina around Prabhu. They had a doubt in their mind and they asked, Bhayavam kin tattam, which means, what is Tattva? Prabhu answered, Upanaiva, which means that all substances are created. They again thought, if everything is created, won't the world be filled with substances? Then they do one more Pradakshina and ask Prabhu, Bhayavam kin tattam? To this, Prabhu answered, Vigamaiva, that all the substances are destroyed. They again had a doubt, if everything is destroyed, won't the world be empty? To this, Prabhu replied, Dhuvaiva, which means that all the substances are stable. After giving 3 pradakshina to Prabhu, a Dev came with fragrant Vasakshep. After putting Vasakshep on those 11 people, they were appointed as 11 Gandhars. They had got Tripadi Gyan, which means the knowledge of all substances infused with Syadvad. Due to the Tripadi Gyan and Vasakshep, they used their Koshtak Labdhi and they created Dwadashangi. Prabhu certified their creation. Over there, Chandan Bala, who took Pravajya from Prabhu, she accepted the role of a Sadhvi. People like Anand and Kamdev as well as Sulsa, who thought they were incapable of taking Sanyam, they accepted Bar Vrat and they were given the role of Shravak and Shravika. This is how Deshvriti Dharma was established. Matang Yaksh and Siddhaika Devi, they were appointed as Rakshak Deva and Devi of the Shasan. This is how the fourfold Sangh, which is a Chaturvid Sangh including Sadhu, Sadhvi, Shravak and Shravika, was established on Vaishad Sud Gyaras. After a while, Prabhu Veer was doing vihar to Champanagri. There, the King Shal and the Crown Prince Mahashal did Vandana to Prabhu and Prabhu gave Pratibodh to them. They both wanted to take Diksha, so King Shal had given this kingdom to his niece Gangli. Then they took Diksha and after a while 2 Munis, Shal and Mahashal, along with Gautam Buddha and other sadhus, taking Prabhu Veer's permission, went to Champanagari. Gautam Swami was sitting on a golden lotus built by the Devs and he was a possessor of 4 Gyans. He was giving sermons to Gangli. Gangli decided to take Diksha with his parents and he gave the kingdom to his son. Then these 3 new Munis along with Muni Shal and Mahashal went to do Vandana to Prabhu Veer. With this auspicious bhavana of doing Vandana, they achieved Keval Gyan on the way. When they reached, they did Vandana to Prabhu Veer and they were going towards the Kevali Parshada. Looking at this, Gautam Swami said, "Do not go to the Kevali Parshada." Prabhu Veer said, "Gautam, do not do Ashatna of the Kevalis." This is when Gautam realized that they have attained Keval Gyan. He started to wonder, will I not attain Keval Gyan? Will I ever become Siddh in this bhav? Then he remembered something. Prabhu Veer had told him, whoever goes to Ashtapad using his Labdhi and stays there overnight and does Vandana to the Jineshwars enthroned over there becomes Siddh in that bhav. Gautam Swami expressed his wish of going to Ashtapad. Prabhu Veer knew that Ashtapad is the place where tapasis would get pratibodh. Hence, he said, Gautam, you should go there. Gautam Swami used his Charan Labdhi and reached Ashtapad at the speed of the wind. Over there, he saw there were 1500 tapasis along with Kaundiya, Dutt and Seval. The first 500 tapas were doing Upvas and Parna with moist tubers. They had reached the first step. The second set of 500 tapas were doing Chhat and Parna with dry tubers. They had reached the second step. The third set of 500 tapas, they were doing Atham and Parna with dry moss. They had just reached the third step. When they saw Gautam with a robust body and a radiance on his face, they thought, we are so thin, still we cannot move forward. How can this bulky man move further? But looking at Gautam, who was using the sun's rays to climb Ashtapad, they thought, he is a great sage with supernatural powers. When he comes down, we will become his disciples. Gautam reached Ashtapad and looking at the 24 idols of Tirthankar, he did Vandana to them. With Bhavna, he created Jagachintamani on Ashtapad. When he came outside of the Chaitya or the temple, he sat under the Ashoka tree. Gautam Swami started to give sermons. Sur, Asur and Vidyadhar did Vandana to him. A Dev named Tiryak Jrumbak studied the Deshna on Pundarik Kandarik deeply and he attained Samkit. Gautam Swami had given Deshnas and he started to descend downwards. When he was coming down, the tapas went towards him and said, O great sage, you are the king of tapas. Kindly make us your disciples and make us do the Ashtapad Yatra. Gautam Swami took them for Ashtapad Yatra and gave them Diksha over there. All of them started to go to do Vandana to Prabhu Veer. On the way, it was time for their meal. They stopped at a place, and Gautam asked the tapas, "What would you like to have?" They all answered, "Kheer." Gautam brought kheer in one patra. Looking at that, everyone wondered, how will it suffice for all of us? But still, they had faith on their Guru, and they sat together. Gautam Swami used his Akshir Mahanas Labdhi and he put his finger in the patra. The kheer was endless and it sufficed everyone's hunger. While eating, the first set of 500 tapas who were doing parna with dry moss had the thought that we have got Prabhu Veer, the Lord of the world, as our Guru and Father like Gautam Swami to guide us. With this auspicious bhavna, all of them attained Keval Gyan. The next set of 500 tapas along with Datta, they got Keval Gyan by looking at Prabhu's pratihar from far away. And the last set of 500 tapas along with Kondiya got Keval Gyan by doing Prabhu's darshan. After reaching and doing Vandana to Prabhu Veer, they all were going towards the Kevali Parshada. Gautam Swami again stopped them and said, "Do not go there, that place is for Keval Gyanis." Mahavir Swami told him, "Gautam, do not do Ashatna of the Kevalis." Gautam Swami wondered, "I have given Diksha to them and in such little time they have attained Keval Gyan." Prabhu Veer told him, "Gautam, do not worry. In the end, you and I will be equal." Now, we are going to learn about Prabhu's Nirvan. Prabhu knew when his time would end. Just like a father during his ending days teaches his son about his business, wealth, finance, real estate, etc., Prabhu was giving Deshna for 16 Prahar. He knew that the hindrance in Gautam Swami's Keval Gyan was Gautam's attachment towards Prabhu. So he told, "Gautam, in the neighboring village there is a person named Dev Sharma. Go and give pratibodh to him." Gautam Swami did Vandana to Prabhu and accepted his order. He started walking towards Dev Sharma. Prabhu had done Chhat of Kartik Amavas when the moon had entered the Swati Nakshatra. Due to the shaking of Prabhu's throne, the family of Indra, Sur and Asur came towards him, and Shakrindra told Prabhu, "Your birth, conception, Diksha and Keval Gyan happened in Hastotar Nakshatra. But your Nirvan is going to happen in Swati Nakshatra. Due to this, the Bhasma Graha of your zodiac sign will get activated, which will create hindrances for your sadhus and sadhis for 2000 years. Kindly increase your lifespan so that we can be saved from this." Prabhu said, "It is not possible for anyone to increase their lifespan." In this way, he performed the fourth Shukla Dhyan, the Samuchit Kriya, and ascended towards moksha. Over there, Gautam Swami tried to give pratibodh to Dev Sharma, but due to his attachment towards his wife, there was no change. When he began to leave and Dev Sharma came to see off at the door, his head crashed towards the door frame and he died on the spot. Compassionate Gautam Swami wanted to look what happened to him in the next birth, and he saw that Dev Sharma was born as a lice in his wife's hair due to the attachment he had towards his wife. While Gautam Swami was returning back, he heard the conversation between Devs and he learnt about Prabhu's Nirvan. He thought, "Prabhu, whom will I ask my questions to? Who will answer them? Why did you send me away during your Nirvan? Did you think I would ask for Keval Gyan from you?" But then, after a lot of thinking, he started to realize, I had attachment towards a person who was completely detached. Prabhu is Niragi and Nirmohi. He had no rag and dvesh. My rag and dvesh was the reason I did not attain Keval Gyan. Having this Shubhavna, he ascended the Shapak Shreni and Gautam Swami became a Keval Gyani. Many disturbed men, women, kings and the people, they were doing the cremation of Prabhu Veer's body. After the mortal body was burned completely, Megh Kumar doused the fire with rain. Saudharmendra and Ishanendra took Prabhu's upper jaw and Malindra and Chamrendra took Prabhu's lower jaw and kept it at an appropriate place for its puja. Other people began to take the bones and ashes, and when that was not available, people started to dig the mud out. This created a huge dugout which is now known as the Jal Mandir of Pavapuri. This day is known as a very auspicious day. This is Deepavali. One upvas done on this day gives us the fruit of 1 crore upvas. After the Nirvan of Prabhu Veer, many sadhu and sadhvis knew that many jeeves would be born and it would be difficult for them to accept Sanyam. This is when they accepted to do Anshan. Gautam Swami did sadhana for 12 years and at the age of 92 in Rajgruhi, after doing a month-long Anshan and ending all his karma, he ascended towards moksha. This was the story of Shri Veer Gautam Charitra. Pranam.